You have two choices, soldier. Rot in my dungeon, or stand beside my daughter as her husband.
You can't be serious.
I never joke about bloodlines.
The desert does not forgive mistakes. It does not care about rank, training, or the flag sewn onto your sleeve. It only cares about heat, sand, and silence. And the silence that fell over our convoy when the engines died was the loudest I had ever heard. Sergeant Marcus Hale, United States Army. 12 years of service, 3 deployments, 2 commendations. None of that meant anything when the ground beneath our vehicle shook and the blinding white light swallowed us whole. I woke up on stone. Not desert floor, carved stone, smooth and cold, humming faintly beneath my palms like something alive was breathing inside it. The ceiling above me stretched 40 feet high, carved with symbols I didn't recognize. Torches burned in silver brackets along the walls, but the fire was pale blue, throwing no warmth. I sat up slowly and realized my weapons were gone. My vest was still on, but stripped of gear. My radio, dead. Across the room stood 2 figures. They were tall, taller than any human I had ever seen, easily 7 feet. Draped in silver armor that moved like liquid metal, flowing with their breath. Their skin was pale as winter moonlight. Their hair, long, white, braided, fell over shoulders that were impossibly elegant. Their ears came to soft, sharp points. Their eyes, when they finally looked at me, were the color of storm clouds shot through with silver lightning. Not human, not even close. "He is awake," said the one on the left. Her voice was calm, measured, and ancient in a way I cannot fully describe, like hearing a language for the first time and somehow understanding every word. "Good," said the one on the right. She stepped forward. This one was different, older, by some quality I couldn't name. A crown rested across her brow, not gold, but something darker, like polished obsidian laced with veins of glowing blue. She studied me the way a general studies a map. Calculating. Precise. "Sergeant Marcus Hale," she said, "of the United States Army. 3rd Battalion." My blood went cold. "How do you know my name?" "We have watched your kind for longer than your civilization has kept records." She clasped her hands behind her back. "You crossed into contested territory. By the laws of the Aethon Sovereignty, that makes you a prisoner of war. I didn't know this was your territory. Nobody did. Ignorance is not innocence." She turned and walked toward a carved stone chair, a throne, I realized, and sat with the patience of someone who had never once been rushed. However, I am not without mercy. The other figure, the one who had spoken first, moved to stand beside the throne. I could see now that she was younger, late 20s by human estimation, though I suspected that meant nothing here. There was grief carved into her face, subtle but unmistakable, the kind that doesn't leave even when you smile. "My daughter," the Queen said, following my gaze. "Sarah fell. Widowed 14 months ago. Her husband fell in the war against the Eastern Reaches. She rules nothing now, no throne, no title, no future under our laws, because our succession requires a bonded partner." I stared at her. "I'm sorry for her loss, but I don't see what that has to do with me." "Everything," the Queen said simply. "Under Aethon law, a foreign warrior captured in contested land may earn his freedom through a bond of alliance. You would marry my daughter. You would take a title. You would remain here, in this world, as part of this court." She paused. "Or you remain in the lower cells until your body forgets what sunlight feels like." The room was very, very quiet. I looked at Serafel. She was not looking at me. She was looking at the floor, jaw tight, hands folded in front of her. She did not want this either. "How long do I have to decide?" I asked. "You have until the blue torch in the eastern hall burns out." The Queen gestured toward a corridor. Approximately 1 hour. They left me in a side chamber with a guard outside and a single candle on the table. I sat. I thought about my unit. I thought about my family back home, my sister in Ohio, my father who still called every Sunday. I thought about what it would mean to say yes.
To stay.
To marry a woman I did not know, in a world I did not understand, for a future I could not predict. Then I thought about the look on Seraphel's face. She hadn't asked for this either.
She had lost someone.
And now her own mother was trying to solve that grief by bartering a captured soldier into her life. There was no victory in that room for either of us. Only two people caught in the machinery of politics and survival. When the guard came to retrieve me, I walked back into the throne room with my answer already decided. The Queen watched me approach with no readable expression. "Well," she asked. I looked at Seraphel first. She finally met my eyes, and I saw what I had suspected. She was not cruel, not cold.
She was exhausted.
Resigned. Doing what her world demanded of her, because she had no other option left. I turned to the Queen.
"I'll do it," I said.
"But conditions. First, my men, wherever they are released unharmed. All of them. Today." I held up a second finger. "Second, this is an arrangement of alliance, not ownership. Your daughter and I will build something real, or we build nothing at all. I won't pretend, and I won't be treated like a prize." Third finger. "And third, I want communication access restored. One message home, so my family knows I'm alive." Silence. Then, for the first time, the Queen smiled. It was not warm exactly, but it was genuine. "You negotiate from your knees," she said. "Interesting." "I negotiate from wherever I'm standing," I replied. "Knees don't change the terms." She looked at her daughter. Seraphel was watching me now with something different in her expression. Not gratitude, not yet, but recognition. Like she had seen something she didn't expect. "Agreed," the Queen said. Seraphel stepped forward, extended her hand, palm up, in what I would later learn was the Aethon gesture of equal standing, not submission.
Partnership.
I took it. Her hand was cool and steady. "I'm Marcus," I said quietly. "I know," she said. "I'm Seraphel." A pause. "I'm sorry about all of this." "Don't be," I said. "Neither of us chose it, but we both showed up." And outside, across the desert base camp, where my unit was slowly, quietly being escorted toward freedom, the blue torch in the eastern hall finally burned out.